what will regime change look like in Venezuela? Will it be capital R regime change where you go from Maduro to Machado? Will it be small r change where you keep the regime in place and you go towards a transition? I think the base case was, well, when Maduro leaves, the opposition is going to come in. They won the election. It goes from Maduro. Machado gets the baton. And obviously the choice that the Trump administration made was that the bridge from Maduro to Machado was just too big, right? That there was so much risk in that. And I'm happy to unpack that in a second.
Please do. Let's unpack that.
Yeah. So, but what did happen, and then I'll get into that. What did happen is simply small r. You had a decapitation and an extraction of the leader, but you left the structure in place, and that's really important when you think about going forward. Now, the question as to why was that the case? I think everyone was worried about, well, if the U.S. goes in and they take out Maduro, it's going to look like Iraq. It's going to look like you name whatever disaster there was in the past, and you're going to have boots on the ground forever, and we're going to be nation building and what have you. Well, when you leave the regime intact, you don't have to do all of that, necessarily, at least on the first day. They came in, they extracted, that guy's in Brooklyn. Now you leave the Delcy Rodriguez, the vice president, in place, and you move on. So with that in mind, when you think about Venezuela Friday night or Saturday night versus Venezuela today, the only difference is you've decapitated the top, but the structure is still there. And that has positive externalities in terms of less risk to move forward, but negative externalities that, a lot of the things that you were worried about before are still in place.